Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Rapido has been churning out some rolling stock lately. Today, we're taking a look at the Procor 5720 covered hoppers in three different schemes. We've got UNPX Solid Black, we've got UNPX BF Goodwrench, and UNPX Union Carbide. So, with that said, let's take a look at what's inside, starting next. Alright, we'll unbox one as an example here. I've already pulled it out of a plastic exterior. But you get a manual inside, some hatches in a bag, a Rapido sticker, and then the car itself. This is one of the more popular versions. And I know a lot of people were excited about these, because I don't think they've been produced in plastic anywhere else. So there it is. I'll show you this one. We'll get the other two schemes out to do some Vanna White action for you and give you a closer look. Alright, so Procor Black here. As you look, you can see a lot of detail popping out. First you have the corrugated sides where they kind of manufacture the car body together, the discharge gates at the bottom that aren't really close to the ground. There's airline hose, brake hose there at the end with a silver tipped end. Right next to the KD coupler, brake wheel, and a lot of the air reservoir and a lot of the plumbing inside for operating the hopper's discharge function. You can see it better from that angle there. Got your metal wheels and some small but legible print even on the ends there. If you're full screen, you can really see how clear that print is, which is come to be expected from companies like Rapido. So these are 5,820 cubic foot covered hoppers. Basically, in the 70s, Procor started a program to expand the freight car portion of their fleet by adding these. And they're specifically used in plastic pellet service, so those discharge bays, see at the bottom, would discharge the plastic pellets. After kind of using a handful of these, they basically remarked them, and one car was designed and manufactured at their Oakville, Ontario facility. So lots of different variations of these. I'll show you BF Goodwrench over here. So you can see that. Now, while Procor plastic pellet service is similar in appearance to the rib-sided Pullman Standard hopper cars, it was completely designed in-house by Procor's engineering staff. In addition, Procor worked with a Montreal-based supplier known as Continental Transportation Appliances to develop their own pneumatic outlet gate. So there is BF Goodwrench in Procor Blue. You've also got Union Carbide there on the side. Basically, when they did all those modifications, it resulted in a toggle lock brand name pneumatic gate. Again, we're talking about the bottom here, which is viewed as a significant improvement over the dominant ACF pneumatic gate of the day. So in total, the facility produced like 1,500 of the pellet cars for the Procor lease fleet, and with the UNPX reporting marks. And Union Carbide got some of these as well. Now later in life, the UNPX cars have also been sold to Exxon and remarked XOMX as their reporting marks, which the reporting mark, by the way, is right here. So, you know, there's lots of uses of these. Today there's about 300 that remain in service in various locations. Now we're looking at the top, and you've got the hatches here, but you also have a graded walkway going along both sides. That appears to be metal, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is doing Rapido, but I could be wrong. There's also grab irons on each side of these. Feels like metal. In the derailment stance here on the side, you can see a little better some of the details in those discharge bays we talked about that they revolutionized when they made some of these cars. So that is a 360 of all three of the schemes. We'll do a couple on the rail testings with this and wrap it up. Now, coupler height was on point with these. They roll pretty well. Body wobble could use some tightening and adjustment, because when you wobble, they wobble for a little bit. As you can see, the wobble kind of continues. It can take away the realistic look, usually resolved fairly easily though with the tightening of the trucks, which sometimes occurs just in shipment when the truck screw starts to back out. Now in total length, you're looking at over 9, right at about 9.5 inches from coupler to coupler. So pretty long car as well. Again, a lot of these are still in service. They glide well enough that you don't have to worry about, if you're running several of these, bogging down your train. They definitely move pretty smoothly. So I did do a coupler height test off camera and everything was on point. Also an NMRA wheel set test, which Rapido suggests before using them. And that was also on point. The only thing you're going to want to watch out for is those discharge bays sit really low to the rails, and I'll show you that. So you want to make sure you don't have any bows in track, because they might bottom out and get stuck. As you can see here, this is a dead-on version, even though my camera wants to focus on the bench work, and you can see the clearance there and how light and little that clearance is. So if you have track that's really not, you know, flat, or a grade that has, you know, like a really inconsistent up and down, then you might get a snag on these. So you're going to want to watch for that and have good track work, but that's the goal we should have anyway all the time. So that pretty much does it for the Rapido Procor hoppers here. Great cars. Again, 5,720 cubic foot capacity, covered hoppers, plastic pellets. Really cool. Revolutionized the industry for gate for these, and have a lot of history for the rails, and they're still out there today for the modern modelers, but they can go all the way back to the 70s for those bell-bottom wearing, afro having 70s modelers as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on the channel. Take care.